Hey everybody, this is T-Jaw and I'm here with
AAA, thank you for being here.
We love doing these reviews, and today we're going to do the review of the new Mattel Street Sharks line. Street Sharks was an interesting toy line that came out right around the time of Turtles and all these other like Dino Wars and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so they
that
monsters.
mid-90s magic of like 1995.
I was having kids and collecting comics at this point, and
this is more my era.
This is more of AAA's ground. So he found the new what's his name?
So this guy's name is
Jab.
So each Street Shark kind of had a little bit of a motif. Some of them were like extreme sports. Some of them were like regular sports. This one was the more militaristic individual. When he got mutated into a hammerhead. But we'll probably cover all of them once I find them all in stores. We're just covering the first one, which I'm going to have to say, highly disappointed.
Oh,
highly disappointed in this.
Okay, I can't wait to hear this.
So let's go off with the actual figure itself. So the figure itself, as we switch to camera 2, has very minimal articulation. Like we go from Origins line to this, and it's like, what? I don't know if we can really see it on camera, but all of the different areas on this individual are different chromas.
Oh yeah, that's right. The original ones were all the same color.
Right, because it was all kind of one piece. So like this squishy area is a different color than this Ram Jam area. This Ram Jam area, well, the Hammerhead, I don't know why I'm calling it Ram Jam area. The arms are slicker than the fin. And then the knees, which are painted on, are even a different chroma than everything else. So you have 3 to 5 different chromas already on this thing. And then posability is very minimal because it's like you have this posability here. It doesn't really stand that well because, you know, even the originals were kind of hard to stand, but I feel like the feet are even a little bit smaller this time. Another big complaint. So I love that it's got mouth opening action where you press the fin. That's fun.
Yeah, he
but
looks a little tinier than the original one.
They are just a little bit, like this bottom area is just a little bit smaller, which causes the instability. It looks more like the show, but causes more instability. And I actually have a defect on mine that when you open his jaw, the paint striates on his abdomen. So I'll show it to T-Jaw over here to get a second opinion, because you see.
Oh, it's going to chip off. Yeah.
No,
so that's not good.
So I don't think that this soft area is going to stand the test of
children.
5 years. Children, all of that stuff. So I'm ready for these things to be beat up.
Does it have waist movement?
So it turns at the waist, moves at the hips, moves at the knees, moves at the higher ankle, the boot area.
Which is still more articulation than the original.
Which were really just waist. But then you have the big break here. They added a cool action where his head...
Oh, that's cool.
His head shoots out and it's got this cool like little spiny thing where it looks like skeleton.
Did the original one do that?
So yes, one of the original ones.
Oh.
One of the original ones had where you squeeze this and then it pushed out. But now you can't move his right arm anywhere. It's always going to be like here or like at random areas.
Oh, yeah.
And so you can't really move it. Only the one hand. So
it doesn't have elbow movement?
Elbow movement, yes.
And so it's actually got quite a bit of articulation. It's just it's dumb that they made it to where you had to stick it in the same position. So
right.
Does it go up and down like arm? Like
yep. So shoulder movement. So that's cool. You know. So there are some improvements, but the biggest thing is that body's not going to last. Like it is a thin rubber, and it doesn't hold up to much of anything. And you already have points where it's like it's sagging, and then. The other big step, which I'll actually have T-Jaw read you the back of this box.
I get to read this time, guys. All right. Bite is might. They climbed out of the deep and onto the streets to stop the gene-juggling madman Dr. Piranoid and his sea of vates from... Sorry, I don't know how that word is. Is that sea of vates?
Seviets.
Seviets.
Yeah,
deviates, like,
Seviets,
okay.
Yeah.
From devastating Fishing City with tidal wave of crime. Come at you from shore to store, street to street. We get, name is Jab. Hit it head on. 411 file. He's a militant guy with an incredible sense of street justice, harder to handle than a hurricane high tide. His nasty temper is feared by the foes and friends alike. His street skills are hits hard, hits often, strikes his target with power of hydraulic jackhammer, batters down barricades, overpowers obstacles, nothing stops him. Main chews, boulders, wrecking balls, toll booths, steel grinders, and donut holes. What'd you guys think about that?
That was tight.
Yeah.
That was dope.
So
So here's my other big complaint. We can stay on camera too. Box. Pretty cool. Looks really cool on the
smaller
shelf.
than the original ones.
You can, see that they have the area where you can put the fin through the back and you can test out its mouth movement. It actually didn't work at the store. I had to put a lot of force once I was home. So here we are. Comes in a cool cage. And I was like, yes, I've got like this cool thing I can hang on the wall. You open it.
It doesn't have a bottom.
There ain't no bottom. It's got spots where you can put something at the bottom. Ain't no bottom. Like unless
maybe it's missing it.
unless someone at Target sliced this thing open and took the bottom, there ain't no bottom. So here you get.
It has spots for a bottom.
It has spots for a bottom. Like
Maybe we have to get another one and see if it actually comes with a bottom.
yeah. So already,
Dr. Pronoid stole our bottom.
so it's like you can put them in the cage, but then he'll
A little known history. Vin Diesel.
switch to camera one.
Vin Diesel, the actor who was in Riddick and did the Fast and Furious movies and stuff like that. He did the
family.
family.
It's about family.
He did the commercial for Street Sharks in the 90s.
Yeah, that was.
That's,
I remember
yeah.
seeing him.
That was pretty cool. And he also did the voice of the original. Street Sharks.
So overall, I'm gonna have to give this figure, when it comes to like posability, mold, 3. Just because of that rubber. That rubber it's not gonna last. I like that it's got more articulation, but
I'm gonna give it a little bit higher one. Okay. I mean, I didn't have any Street Sharks when I have had Street Sharks in my shop. I've messed with Street Sharks. I've played with Street Sharks. I do believe this is a better version of that Street Shark. I just don't like the rubber plastic on the side. He is right about that. I would say for a play toy that it will come off. That paint's going to come off that chest no matter what, because you can already see it cracking.
And that was a problem with the original ones too.
So I'd probably give it a 6 out of 10. That it's not my thing, but it looks good right now with all the new toys coming out. So yeah, I'd say a 6, and aesthetically I think that's where I'm gonna be at on him.
And if you get some type of sticky tack or those little like sticky things you can get from Amazon, you can set him on a shelf and then he'll stay there. Otherwise, you may have a little bit of issue. When it comes with the cohesiveness of the line, I'm going to be really intrigued as I get more of them, because I'm probably going to get some of my favorite characters.
I know at Walmart Collector Con tomorrow morning, they're actually doing like 4 of them.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
Well, I'm going to try.
I don't worry about that. I'd worry about the He-Man stuff over that.
Yep. always.
Turtles!
Yeah.
They fit well with the turtles.
They really do. So yeah, this is our synopsis of Jab. We will bring you some of the other Street Sharks as we get them.
Kind of curious to see the other ones now. So.
Yeah, and I'm like, Ripster's not my favorite, but once we get to like Streaks and stuff like that is really when things will get good. So thank you so much for joining us again. This is
T-Jaw.
And I'm AAA. Love to see you again.
Thank you, guys.